From Houston, Texas, and around the world. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Oh, yeah, man. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, six-time world champion. That is two-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as always. Want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. I made sure I wore the rings because somebody made a quote last time, said I look naked. I look naked without the hand gear. You know what I'm saying? What?
Did they say naked? I don't know.
Well, look here. That's what I'm saying. I felt naked. You know what I mean? So now, man, I want to make sure I dressed up for the occasion today. But I want to thank again everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. I'm coming off a hell of a weekend. I was in Ontario, not Canada, thank God, Ontario, California, and it was a little brisk there for this time of the year. Actually, when I first got there, but it warmed up. I want to thank everybody for coming out and seeing me, hanging out with me, telling the old stories and whatnot, going down memory lane. I always appreciate that, man. I really do, man. That's when I do conventions like that. It's almost like an outlet, getting a chance to, be right in the middle of the storm, and it feels good. You know what I'm saying? So now I want to thank everybody in Ontario for coming out and seeing the old man. But man, how you feel, dog? How you feel?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Book. You talked about Canada. Happy, I think it's Victoria Day in Canada. It's a national holiday for them. So shout out to everybody in Canada. I'm doing good, BT. Coming off hell of a weekend, going into a few weeks from now, we're going to have the next Glory 3, May 31st going down. And you know what? I actually saw the Reality of Wrestling television champion on TNA television with the television championship on TNA television. So that was kind of a cool moment for me.
That was pretty sweet. Yeah. I mean, AJ Francis definitely represent reality wrestling, represent TNA. He's a guy that really loves this business, and his heart is in it, man. That's why I like AJ and everything that he's doing. Like I say, coming on board with reality of wrestling and being, not just someone on television, but a guy who really have invested in our young guys. You know what I mean? Because AJ, people don't realize this guy's had a full career. You know what I mean? He's done it, on the grand scale, in the NFL, and then coming into the WWE and doing it from a perspective and now being able to create is the beauty of wrestling. So for me, seeing that reality of wrestling television champion, I'm talking about represent all of television all over the world. I'm talking about anywhere you go is representing the television. So now big ups to my man, AJ Francis.
Yeah, man. AJ Francis, money. He's all about it, baby. So yeah, big shout out to AJ Francis. I agree with you. He's somebody who, when you talk about what he brings to reality wrestling, there's a lot of things, but definitely I really appreciated his long-term thinking and the way that he puts certain things together. I don't want to say too much, but just like the way that he thinks about this industry is interesting. And I've actually I enjoy hearing his outlook and his ideas on things. So shout out to AJ Francis, man. And you know what though, real quick, Book, not to get on too much of a somber note, but I do want to send well wishes to the former president, Joe Biden, getting a stage 4 diagnosis of prostate cancer, an aggressive form, as it's being said. Our wishes are with him and the former first lady and the whole Biden family. You never want to see a American president, anybody suffer, let alone an American president.
No, definitely. Prayers go out to Joe Biden, man, and his family, man. Dude, he worked, man. He's worked and he's done so much work, and I can only say, I only ask God to give me enough time to finish my work. And I think Joe Biden did a hell of a good job as far as trying to finish his job. I really do.
Yeah, long time public servant, obviously former president of the United States. So we send our well wishes to the president always, battling through it. Hopefully he can pull through. And we'll see what happens. But Book, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of wrestling. I know that you were in Ontario. What was the Ontario crowd like though? Were you embraced by the people?
You know, man, everywhere I go around the world, man, I get embraced by the people. That's what's cool. Seriously, man. Get a chance to, see people and, like I say, tell those stories, go down memory lane. You know, one guy I was talking to, and he was talking about GI Bro, and so he started at the beginning. Him and I, we were the same age, and he talked about the Ebony experience, and I mean, he literally went on a roller coaster throughout my whole career, And when I talk to people like that, it make me reminisce, and I don't reminisce about that kind of stuff too often. But when I'm at conventions, I get a chance to talk to fans who you've touched them, you made them feel a certain way, at certain stages of their lives. You might have helped them, get through something, you know. I was talking to this one family one time to where the son he couldn't speak, he wouldn't say a word until he was like 6 or 7 years old, and his first words was, "Can you take it, sucker?"
No way.
And I got a chance to meet the kid as an adult now.
Wow.
As an adult now, it's amazing. It was amazing, man. So when I hear those kind of stories, um, it's so cool. Yesterday I got drew a picture of me from my last match when I had the red trunks on with my beard, doing my sidekick. Is almost like the Jordan logo with the city of Houston in the back. And he goes, "This is Houston Heat, not Harlem Heat." you know. And I got the photo downstairs. I might put it in here. You know what I mean? But it's so awesome. Getting a chance, to you know network with my fans that's been along this journey, along this ride for just talking about that just yesterday, man. It's scary to think about it. But 35 years. 35 years. I started, 35 years ago, and 33 of those 35 years I've been on television, and it's kind of crazy. It's kind of scary at the same time. I said I've had like 3 different careers also, and now, I mean, like from singles wrestling, I mean, from tag wrestling to singles wrestling to commentating, it's just freaking, it's nuts, and I'm still having fun. That's the crazy part, I'm still having fun.
It's always cool to see those longtime fans, right, to come back and see what they meant to you. And I saw that you were there with a great group of folks. It was you, it was Soraya, your Charmel was there, Mick Foley was there, a few other people, I think. Were you? I did see. Did you see? Maybe you saw it in person. I saw Soraya post that comment about a fan tried to kiss her on the mouth. Did you see this during
Yes.
the signing?
Yeah.
Were you there? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that. Maybe that's where she exited, because I know she abruptly boom got up out of there. Maybe that's when it
Maybe.
happened, but I didn't see it. Yeah, and she was actually right next to me.
She was next
Yeah.
to your booth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Mick Foley was right next to her. Mickey James was right there as well. So no, it was a great reunion. We got a chance to kick it with Ernie Hudson. As
Oh yeah,
well.
Ernie. Yeah, the one
Yeah.
who your Booker, the one you got.
Bro,
Yeah.
he said he went overseas and everybody was calling him Booker T.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And I was like, it was just so cool to finally get a chance to network with him and talk to him. He's so freaking cool, and he seemed like he's timeless, man. Like he doesn't age.
He looks great, doesn't he?
I was so freaking blown away, man. I was like, man, how do you keep your youth, man? And he was like, man, my mama just told me, you know when something's bad for you. And I say that too, what I mean? Right from wrong. And so hopefully,
You know how old he is, right?
I think he's like close to 80.
He's 80.
Yeah.
He looks phenomenal.
He looks so freaking great, man. He don't have no wrinkles in his face. And I was like, wow. I mean, he didn't have any makeup on or anything. I was like, good God, I hope I'm like this guy. I got another 20 years left. Yeah,
But he looks kind of jacked from the pictures, at least.
Oh, he still look good. He still look great, man. It's amazing, So I was so impressed with him, and hopefully, Hopefully, you know what? I'm gonna just keep it. I'm gonna zip it right there. You know what I mean? But nah, it was great. It was a great convention.
A great convention out there in Ontario. We actually had one of our super chatters say that Christopher Wilson, thank you for the honor, and the Queen, Charmel, for your presence in Ontario for Comic-Con Revolution. It was an honor and a privilege to meet you both in person. Come out to the IE again. One love.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, man. Nah,
What the hell
man.
is the IE?
Hey
Is that what they
man,
call
look
Ontario?
here. Why you want to be messing with everybody's groove, man? Everybody's flow. You got to be. You ask too many questions. You ask too many questions. But the question you should be asking: why was Charmel there? Charmel was there to grace the people, because the people are always asking, "Where is Charmel?" And here inside the Hall of Fame, it's all about
People.
the people. Oh yeah, man. We got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Fellas, let's talk about confidence. The kind of confidence that counts when it's time to step up and deliver. And that's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets designed to help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer lasting erections. We're talking about getting in the game and staying in it.
And you know what they say, man. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And with Blue Chew, you can take these chewables anytime, day or night. So you're always good to go when the opportunity strikes. And the best part, the entire process is done online. No doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy.
Ooh, yeah. And Blue Chew is putting their money where their mouth is, offering you a whole month for free. It's simple. You sign up at bluechew.com and consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once approved, you'll receive your prescription delivered discreetly right to your door, made in the USA and ready to go when you are.
Now, Brad, let's get real. Does it work, man? They'll mistake you for a soldier at full salute. You'll be pitching a tent like a true Eagle Scout, man. Blue Chew won't stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house. That's the mission, dog.
And listen, confidence is key, especially when you're all bricked up. There's nothing sexier than a man who's ready to go. And at bluechew.com, they can help bring that energy when it matters most. Don't miss out on what could be the best night of your life. Make life easier by getting harder. Discover your options at bluechew.com, and we've got a deal just for our listeners. Try your first month absolutely free. Visit bluechew.com, use the promo code Booker, and there's more details and important safety information. And as always, we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast.
Oh, yeah, man. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. There's nothing
No.
sexier than a man all bricked up. Yeah, when you got energy like that, dog, I'm gonna tell you, dog, you might even want to get your own OnlyFans page. I'm selling this thing, dog. I'm serious, man. I'm serious.
But you know what? Now you said it.
You can start pushing this thing real hard, man.
Pause. But you just said it. You just said it. So now I'm gonna clip that. Guess what? That's coming back to haunt you.
No, that's not gonna come back to haunt me. I'm just saying, you had some vigor when you said it. You know what I mean? You drove hard. That's like coming home plate. You know what I mean? When you slide in hard. You know what I mean? Everything's hard. You know what I mean? Everything's break.
Yo, something's wrong with you. It's what it is. Something's wrong with you. You know what? I'm gonna do an all bricked up T-shirt, and we'll sell that on the pro wrestling team. Because it's getting over. You know what? I wanted to ask you, because you were bringing up, we were talking about that Ontario con that you did over the weekend. You did an interview while you were standing there, and then some of the snippets from the interview made the rounds over the wrestling websites, especially in regard to your commentary on NXT, which is a fan favorite for many. And you've been able to kind of, I guess, intertwine your voice with certain characters on the show. Trick Williams is a big example of that. J.D. McDonough back in the day, the number one son.
Stunner. Yeah.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, no water.
I mean, excuse me, Braun Breaker.
Run actually was Breaker. And no bread, no water, just meat. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then
Uh,
Trick Williams obviously is a big one,
oh yeah, man. Oh yeah,
right?
that man.
And then recently it's been Stephanie Vaquer.
You know what? You know what? Another one I started was Miss Parker. Miss Parker.
Oh, right.
I started that as well. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Yeah. So and now you continue.
Miss Parker, she just don't know, man.
Don't do it like that, baby. That's what I stole that one right there. Let me give my man props. Captain Jack, here in the city of H-Town, man. That was one of his favorite lines from back in the club scene when I was coming up. And I used to love that line, man.
Say it one more time.
Don't do it like that, baby.
So I love the commentary on NXT, and I actually think the trio of y'all have been really good in these last several weeks. Dating back to Stand and Deliver a little bit before that. But you said that when we were talking a little bit before the show that you saw some of the Stephanie Vaquer stuff. Did you have something you wanted to say about it?
I mean, I just want to address the talk and innuendo as far as why I do that kind of stuff. I don't want anybody to think that I do anything for any other reasons for the talent than to try to highlight them. And I was talking about me being a young wrestler coming up and doing the Spinneroonie. I did the Spinneroonie the first time on television in the Western Wrestling Alliance. All right. And it was just a spin move. And then I did it in the Global Wrestling Federation. And it was a spin move. And then I did it in WCW for quite some time until Mark Madden came along. And Mark Madden was like, Spinneroonie, Spinneroonie, Spinneroonie. And next thing you know, I was like, oh man, what I think I might have something here. What the heck? What have I been thinking about all these years? So I started highlighting the Spinneroonie because it was, it started getting over like crazy because Mark Madden started putting some sauce on it. But then I realized also at that time that it's not just about going out and taking back bumps. It's not just about going out and taking suplexes or jumping over the top rope. That entertainment factor for the fan is so freaking very important. That's why the people's elbow was so over. It was so friggin' over just because the fans had a chance to come into the ring for that moment and be a part, of that ride. And I heard I was reading a comment about my commentary, and it said Booker T need to, maybe tone it down and act more serious. And I say, if this was an MMA fight, if it was a boxing match, I would call it, from a serious perspective. But I'm still gonna have some candor and some feel good about it at the same time.
Of course.
We just watched Devin Haney fight, just a couple of weeks ago, and on the booth, I said, "Man, this guy, you should put him against Usain Bolt. You know what I mean? We got to put this guy in the Olympics. You know what I mean? Because he ran all night, and it's something I never seen before." A fighter. Of course, I'm just having fun, but I was serious at the same time. And if we can get a laugh when we're taking care of our business, it's very, very important. And in professional wrestling, it's so important for fans to watch it and be able to still have fun. And I think when you take that away from wrestling, you take everything away from it. So for me, having the soundtrack, let's say that, the soundtrack for Trick Williams when he come out, the ad libs, and then giving Stephanie Vaquer, a beat behind. Because just think about this here. How many times have you seen that same move that Stephanie Vaquer does?
I've seen it before.
You've seen it many times, but do anybody think about it? Anybody think about it? Nobody really thinks about it. But now, I mean, Madison Square Garden, everybody in the arena was waiting for Stephanie Vaquer to go out there and give them that entertainment moment so they can really have some fun. And she's having some fun. And if she's having some fun, man, that might be the one thing that could take her all the way over the top. You know what I mean? And you know, just give me my 10%.
Just a little something. Give me a little something. Don't do it like that,
Baby.
Well, you know what I do find interesting about the Stephanie Vauquier thing, especially, excuse me, I couldn't talk there, is with Trick.
That's what they say about me.
Well, you know what? Maybe they're right. Like with Trick, nobody says anything except, man, love the ad libs.
Yeah.
With Braun Breaker, no one says anything but love the ad libs. With JD McDonough, nobody says anything other than, man, I love the number one stunner. But as soon as you do it with a female athlete, all of a sudden it's like some sort of like, I don't know, the way that it's characterized online by the vocal minority is that it's like a flirtatious, I don't know,
everybody know me. Everybody knows Charmel. We've been together 20 glorious years. I don't know how many wrestlers have made a milestone like that. You know, we in for the long haul, to the end, and nothing, would make me do anything to make Charmel feel a certain way. You know, Charmel knows what I'm doing. I'm entertaining.
All it is.
When Sexy Red came, on board, I'm all in. I'm all in. And the thing is, I heard one of my colleagues, Medusa. She was really hard on me when Sexy Red was around. She was really hard on me for going all in with Sexy Red, doing the twerk and whatnot. And I'm like, what was my line?
You said hands on your knees, just one more time, Sexy Red.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. But look here, everybody in the television audience is thinking the same thing. So we might as well give it a soundtrack, But no, am I just having fun? Yes, that's all I'm doing. I'm having fun. And the thing is, I'm going to keep having fun because I think that's what wrestling is about having fun. And when you stop having fun watching wrestling, because I've watched it my whole life. When that goes away, we got a problem. So I'm gonna keep pumping Stephanie Vauquier up. I'm gonna keep pumping. I see Nikita Lyons went over to TNA and she brought a little something different to the table too. So
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if it's going to be a what is it going to be for Nikita Lyons? So I'm prepping.
Man, you know what? And what's her name? Cardi B is hosting SummerSlam. They better not let you near that event.
We got to take a break. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, this is Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Fame. I got something for you guys, man. Look, when I was a kid, man, cereal was my jam. But now, since I'm a grown man, I'm looking for something that gives me more than just a sugar rush and carbs, man. That's when I found Magic Spoon. Look, it's a cereal that gives you the taste of your childhood favorites, but without sugar and packed with tons of protein.
And if you're already a fan of Magic Spoon, then you need to listen up to this because I've got some big news. Magic Spoon has taken that amazing cereal that we all love and turned it into high-protein treats. These new treats are light, they're crispy, and they become my go-to snack, especially before or even after the gym.
Yeah, man, every serving of Magic Spoon cereal has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and only 4 grams of net carb. That fruity and cocoa flavor are the classic ones, but there's a whole lot more to try, man.
And those new treats, they've got 12 grams of protein and come in flavors like marshmallow and chocolatey peanut butter. Perfect when you're on the go or you need a quick snack to fuel up before that workout.
Yeah, man, I keep a box in my gym bag, but it's a great late night snack as well. Those treats have that crispy texture, great taste, and the macros that make you feel good about eating them.
So Magic Spoon's bringing back those nostalgic flavors, but without all the stuff that we don't want. So if you want to try it for yourself and get $5 off your next order, go to magicspoon.com/HOF. That's magicspoon.com/HOF. Or you can even find it on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store.
That's magicspoon.com/HOF for $5 off. Magic Spoon, hold on to the dream. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, with my man Brad Gilmore. We just kicking it. All right, we just kicking it. We just having some fun here more than anything.
I just hate what's going to get pulled from this show as far as sound bites. They're you saying that.
I gotta get pulled.
They're going to have you saying nothing sexier than a man all bricked up. You're taking that one. There's a ton of stuff they're going to take from this man. They're going to think they're reading the transcript of the Diddy trial.
All he missing is the baby oil.
Oh, the baby oil.
That's the only thing we missing.
Which I've heard you can find in wrestling locker rooms. Sometimes they have some baby oil.
I got some all right there.
You're glistening. You're glistening. Hey,
awesome.
we were talking about your commentary, and earlier today, for some of my CW39 duties on the air, I actually talked to a man that you work with a lot, Shawn Michaels. I know y'all going to be in Tampa this weekend for Battleground as well as NXT on Tuesday. And I had to ask him. Again about the commentary of yourself and Corey Graves and Vic Joseph and what he thought it brought to the show. We've been talking about it from your perspective. Here is the man himself, Shawn. And I just lost the link there. So give me 1 second. I'm going to bring up the man himself, Shawn Michaels, and we can see exactly what he had to say about what he feels the three of y'all's commentary brings to NXT.
Absolutely. Look, and I will, again, just from a personal, I guess, standpoint, it has been phenomenal for me to get to, again, to strengthen and have a much better and bigger relationship with Booker, having, gotten to know him so much better since working with him here in NXT, and to understand that his passion and his desire to help all of these young men and women, get better and improve. Obviously you guys do it there in Houston at Reality of Wrestling, but I mean, Booker just brings that passion over here to NXT and shares it with our talent week in and week out. And when it comes to a commentating team, that's one of the things I love about NXT. We're all one big family. We obviously all, communicate a lot. We have a lot of collaboration between each and every one of us. And I think, again, Corey was a huge addition to that team. And I think they've really found their footing now. And as you say, at the very, very least, it is going to be incredibly entertaining every time you tune in on Tuesday nights on the CW.
That is from the man himself, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. When I asked him about
I love
competition.
working with Shawn, man. I mean, he lets me be me, man. He lets me be me, and I'm gonna keep having fun. But I'm gonna try to take a little bit of advice from the fans too in certain aspects. You know what I mean? I just can't overlook the fans and say, they don't matter or anything like that. So maybe I might tone it down and pick it up a little bit. Maybe I need to think about when I do certain things. So I'm open. I'm open.
Yeah, but don't let the online discussions dissuade you at all. Because here's the thing. I want to say something back on the Stephanie Vaquer front. Is I remember it was maybe her second or third match on television. She had done that move once before, and you had called the Devil's Kiss, and you called attention to it. And then about the third or fourth match she ever had, she's about to do the move. She's rolling up for it, and she points to you beforehand, right? As in an acknowledgement of like, hey, I appreciate you putting this over. And almost a command in some ways, you better do it again, right? And then when I see her on Monday Night Raw in Las Vegas, the night after WrestleMania Night 2, and she's wrestling on the show, Michael Cole has to call attention to the move. The whole crowd is saying, There are signs that say,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
and is nothing. It's absolutely, it means nothing. Nothing at all.
That's what's crazy about it. It means absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? But it's over, man. When people bring signs with I on it, like that is amazing. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And
It's amazing. And it helps hurt that like Mark Madden did for you. Because here's also I want to say this about the Devil's Kiss.
Oh, go ahead.
It's not really, there's not a lot going on there. It's like the people's elbow. It's like the spin-a-rooney. You know what I mean? It's a move. There's not a lot going on in the move, but it's over and it's easy. It doesn't really, you know, there's not a lot of stress involved in achieving the maneuver, and it's over.
You know what is used to be the best part about the shows, you know, coming up when I used to be on WCW, and when I used to be watching WWE, it was the fan participation. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You know, I mean, everybody, you know, when the fans used to join in and be a part, that was the best part of coming to that's what you pay your money to do.
Yeah.
To come and be a part of that. It's not going to happen all the time. It's not something that's supposed to happen all the time. But it is supposed to happen at some points in times in these matches. You know, if you don't understand how to grasp that and how to, you know, create something like that, hey, you're the one that's missing the boat. I'm just happy I'm able to give, you know, Trick Williams, you know, some background vocals, you know, and some ad-libs, you know, and really, you know, put some feel to him when he come out. And then when he grabbed the microphone, he go, yeah, I like it. Oh yeah, man. It boom, and he kicks it off. That's something that Trick Williams can roll with for the rest of his career. That's his end line. You know what I mean? So is it something that I was just having fun doing? Yes. And it's something that stuck. The spin-a-rooney, the scissor kick, all of that stuff was stuff that I didn't know if it was going to work, but let's try it and let's see if it works. And let's have some fun with it more than anything. So right now we're having fun. So guys, quit hating and just jump on board and enjoy the ride.
Look. And also, what would you say, like demographically speaking, the balances between men and women, percentage-wise, who watch wrestling? I'd say the majority is men. I think that's changed in recent years.
Yeah,
I think women have really carved out a big part of not only the show from a talent perspective, but also a fan perspective.
A lot of huge part, but
a lot of huge. But historically, and I still say to this day, the majority are men who watch the show. Majority. And so, like, I'm just gonna be honest with you here. Whenever I'm watching NXT or Raw or SmackDown, this is not an objectification of any degree. But if you see a beautiful woman, the first thing you think is, wow, she looks great, right? This is during the entrance, before the bell rings. You're like, wow, she looks real good, right? And in some ways, what's the harm in actually sometimes book, you know, when you say, oh, Miss Parker just don't know, or whatever the line might be, you're also like in some ways speaking how everyone's already what the fan is saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the same thing. It's like, and like, it's like if you were sitting, and this is why I'm paying you a compliment. This is why I enjoy your brand of commentary and why it meshes well with Corey and with Vic. Your commentary as if we were watching a fight, because I've actually heard this before, and we're sitting next to each other in the stands, and the things you say to me that pops me, you're saying on NXT to pop Corey and Vic and Sean and the audience who's watching. It's the same energy, and you're speaking not from the professional analyst all the time, which you are, but you're speaking from the fans' perspective.
I mean, I think that's the way you got to make the show feel a certain way. Just like doing that move for Stephanie, like you say, it's nothing, but it makes the fans feel a certain way. When a lot of times when the fans hear it a certain way, they definitely can relate to it, you know, and it may not be the traditional way, you know, a commentator would say it, you know, and I'm not going to be the traditional commentator. And I think that's what makes it work. I think we're, you know, Vic and I, we're definitely a good team. And now Corey added, you know, we like Sean said, we found, our stride, and we're trying to, make it work for the people, and the people say, be serious. I think Vic is doing that very well. I think Corey is doing that. But we all can't do the same job. We just can't. So I say, let it ride, and if it don't work, then come talk to me. You know what I mean? So it's working for Stephanie, it's working for Trick. I wish JD McDonough still had the starter. You know what I mean? But you gotta have some rhythm to be able to pull that kind of stuff off. Cole, damn it, come on, man. No, but I'm gonna go get those guys a few courses over there. You know what I mean? Wade Barrett. So Wade Barrett, he tried to do the oh yeah, man, at one point in time, and his ass almost got sued. But that's another story.
He was looking for a beat. I don't think he ever found it.
He didn't find it. We got to take another break, guys. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, y'all, Booker T here alongside with my main man, Brad Gilmore. And today we're talking about something that could really change the game when it comes to how you get paid.
That's right, Booker, because let's face it, life doesn't just happen every 2 weeks. So why wait for a payday? With Earn In, the money you've earned already can be in your hands today.
Earn In is this incredible app that lets you access your pay as you earn it. We're talking about up to $100 per day and up to $750 each pay period.
All you got to do is download the Earn In app, verify your paycheck, and boom, you can access up to $100 a day as you work. And the cool part, you just leave an optional tip, and any money you access plus the tip gets repaid when your next paycheck rolls in.
Brad, I'm always talking about staying ready so you don't have to get ready, right? Imagine having that extra cash for that surprise date night, or maybe when you have to take the furry little friend to the vet unexpectedly.
Absolutely, Booker. Or even those times when you need to grab a last-minute gift, or maybe you're a little short on rent, or hey, even you might want to pick up some new gear for yourself or your kids or your lady.
Folks, make Earn In part of your financial playbook. Join over 3.5 million customers who are finding financial stability and peace of mind thanks to Earn In.
So don't wait around for a payday. Get your money when you need it and take control of your finances. Download Earn In today and experience what it's like to access pay on your terms.
Get started with Earn In now and join the millions who are getting their pay their way. It's time to earn in, not just earn. Check it out, man. Boom. Welcome back inside the hall, baby. If you got some super chats, you better get them in. You better do it. Do it now. I do it for you. But no, man. Let's talk about let's switch gears. Let's switch gears. We got we're running short on time. The finale of LFG went down on Sunday night, and I didn't come out on top, but I did come out on top at the same time. My guy Jasper Troy, he pretty much walked away with the whole thing. It was a non-issue as far as who was going to win that thing from the beginning all the way to the end. As far as I was concerned, Jasper Troy, that monster just went in there and mowed that boy down. But the Undertaker walks away with the LFG championship. So I say congratulations. To the Undertaker. But there's going to be a season 2. Already we are in the mix of season 2 already, and it's getting hot and heavy. And I was just reading that there are going to be several seasons of LFG on A&E. So I'm looking forward to. I'm going to get dug in. It's going to be like the Masked Singer, Dancing with the Stars or something. I'm going to be like one of these judges that just don't never go home. I'm staying on every show. All right. So you guys can look forward to seeing Booker T do his thing only as I can, because I'm the most experienced coach, on the show, bar none. Give the other guys their props. I'm gonna give them their props. I give them their props. But as far as coaching goes, as far as giving expert tools, I'm talking about one that has expert knowledge, someone who knows all the tricks of the trade. I'm talking about all the smoke and mirrors the guy that can read every line to the. That's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. You feel me? I'm getting upset here. I'm gonna calm down.
I feel like you're getting a little bit perturbed, if I'm being honest.
But I want to thank everybody for representing the LFG, man, because I've had so many people come up to me and say, man, we really like the concept of this show. It's not like Tough Enough. And I don't think it's like Tough Enough either. I think this concept with the coaches and the combat, the psyche of it as far as how emotional this thing can get, I love it because there's no crying in professional wrestling.
It's not.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes.
Well, I mean, okay, let me ask you. Are you going to guarantee us a victory in season 2 of LFG?
You know, I can't guarantee anything because I felt the first season was rigged. Okay. I felt it was rigged.
It was rigged.
No, you know what? I mean, I feel like Gunther came in and definitely, you know, and the thing is, I get it. Gunther was perhaps an Undertaker fan. You know, he probably had the action figures. You know what I mean? He probably even had the pillow that you used to sleep with, the Undertaker pillow. He probably even had one of those. So I get it. You know what I mean? He just somehow gave the Undertaker my point. I don't know if that was by accident or not, but I feel like it was it was sabotage. It was sabotage in a lot of ways. But the thing is, that's a second season, and you know what they say about getting a chance to do a do-over. You have a chance to be redeemed, and that's what I plan to do. I plan to be redeemed this second season.
It's all about redemption. You're saying you're a man on a mission.
Yeah.
Looking for redemption.
I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to cry about spilled milk or anything like that. I'm not going to be upset about it, even though I'm upset about it. But I'm not going to be that upset about it. I'm just going to get right back on the horse and just keep doing what I. And the thing is, you can only control what you can control. You feel me? That's one that you guys might want to use out there one day because you might be in that situation.
It's good advice. It's solid, sage advice and wisdom from the man Booker T himself. But Book, I actually wanted to ask you about something else, not LFG related, but another foray into feature films that you did back in the day, because we're coming up on, I believe, this month. It's 25 years since Ready to Rumble. Ready to Rumble, the movie that you were in, WCW style, back in the day with David Arquette. How fondly do you remember Ready to Rumble?
Greatly, you know what I mean? That's what Charmel and I, how many years was that?
Almost 25.
Yeah, that's what Charmel and I start really, talking to each other, and things got a little hot and heavy and whatnot from there, but seriously, I remember, very fondly, very vividly, man. It was a great time in my life and my career. Being on the set, I think we were on the set for like 28 days or something like that. So we was out in LA, and it was cool, man. It was like a rock star, baby, being on a movie set like that. But it was work at the same time. It was work. But for me, being a young guy, being in that situation, man, it was really, really cool.
Because I watched Ready to Rumble for the first time in several years the other night. About two nights ago, I watched Ready to Rumble because I hadn't seen it, and a buddy of mine were doing something about it. And you know what? Like, there's some parts of the movie that scream 2000, right? Like, this is the year 2000. But it was a lot of fun.
It was stupid. It was stupid. It was wrestling. It's what we just talked about. It was just what we were talking about earlier. It was wrestling, you know what I mean? And when you get too far away from that, I think you lose the sight of what wrestling truly really is, you know what I mean? I love the combat of it. I love guys going out there and trying to give me a 5-star match and and whatnot. But I just never thought that's what wrestling was all about. Two guys that can just get up and act and give me a good fight. Man, a good clothesline over the top rope or into the barrier, the stairs move. Back inside, a big suplex off the top. Those guys, they're gonna get my money every time. every time.
So do you feel like one of the guys who would have gotten your money was Jimmy King, Oliver Platt's character? Would you have paid a ticket to see Jimmy King?
He didn't do nothing.
Jimmy King had no moves.
I mean, he was the model. He was like the honky tonk man. Did the honky tonk man draw money? Hell yeah, he drew money.
Yeah.
Did you pay to come see the honky tonk? Yes, you did. You paid to come see the honky tonk man back then, man. I swear to God. You know, so guys like that, they understood that it wasn't about wrestling. Hulk Hogan only had 4 moves, you know, or 3 moves: the finger, you know, the punch, the leg drop. What else? What else?
The boot.
The boot. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like when you can master that, man, you are a great, great artist. And for me, I didn't do a whole lot. You know, people thought I did, but I didn't. I tried to do what I call, and what I teach my students, the art of doing nothing. You can do that and do it very, very well. You can make a lot of money. You can walk away from this business. You know what I mean? Still looking good like me. I got 300 in today. I got 300 in today. No, man, I think that's what it's all about. I tell you, man, I don't want these young guys to, you know, get it twisted and think that they're gonna walk away from this business unscathed. I'm gonna tell them like it is. You're not. You know, yeah, you're gonna be bruised, battered, and torn, man, because that's just part of it. But to try to cushion that landing, make it a little bit softer on yourself, learn how to work that psychology of the art of doing nothing. If you don't know how to do it, come to Reality of Wrestling. You can go to realityofwrestling.com right now. And I think we got a summer special as far as young guys and girls joining the school. Go to realityofwrestling.com.
Summer special. Do it now. I'll tell you though, one more thing on Ready to Rumble is because I am like a movie fan and film buff a little bit. Martin Landau, who's in the movie, who plays Sal Bandini, want to wrestle?
Yeah.
2 things I got to say about him. One, I didn't realize as a kid how ridiculous it is that the wrestling promoter finds out who's training Jimmy King, and he sends Perry Saturn and Sid Vicious, I guess, to kill him. I guess that was what they're supposed to do. Was they going to kill Sal Bandini? Yeah,
right.
It's like, and he outsmarts them.
He was better than them.
Except the chair gets him or whatever at the end.
That was good, man.
And then I didn't realize this is Martin Landau. Like 6 years before this, he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. I mean, he was in North by Northwest with Cary Grant. He's a legend. And the last shot of the movie, the final shot of the movie, is Martin Landau and Charmel in the hot tub in the back of the Hummer.
Chiquita? Oh, no, who was it?
It was another. I didn't see. I didn't see who it was. It was another Nitro girl.
I know it was. I can't remember who it was, but I know it was another girl. Yeah.
And Charmel kisses Martin Landau on the cheek.
Yeah.
This is great. It was crazy. It was a crazy movie.
I tell you, it was a great time in our lives. It really was, man. It really was a great time. Everything was just so, we was working hard, but it felt so good to be in the moment because we were performing in front of thousands of people, and WCW was at its peak at that point in time. But we got to roll up out of here, man. I know you super chat is still waiting on us, so stick around. But I want to thank all you guys for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne, wishes, caviar dreams. One comment I want to make before we get out of here. Matt Hardy had made, about the young talent not burning bridges. And I want to add on to that. Young talent, you know what I mean? Stuff happens in life. Don't burn bridges. I've been around this thing a long time. And the thing is, and I say this because it's a fact. When I left WWE, I never thought I would go back there when I went to TNA. And it just wasn't I thought I was done. I just thought I was done with wrestling. And then I went to TNA and I was there for 2 years. And then I wrapped up and they called me back to do Tough Enough. And I was like, hey, I can do that. You know what I mean? So do not burn bridges. Do not. And I'm just saying that because life can be as long as we make it. You know what I mean? At least like for me, the good life. Oh yeah, man. But we got to get out of here, man. Thanks for sticking in the Hall of Fame. Like I always say, Peace. We love you. Till next time, we out.
Matt Damon. Obviously, everyone knows Matt Damon.
Yeah, Knobs beat him up.
Allegedly. Yeah,
Oh,
allegedly
that's
Knobs.
That's a true story. That's not allegedly. That's
Knobs actually. Okay, wait, hold on. So I was about to go somewhere else, but we'll get back to the Matt Damon story about Avatar. I've always heard this. They were at some bar where in Boston,
somewhere. I can't remember where it was.
And Matt Damon happened to be there, and the Nasty Boys and some of the other boys were there. And what he and Knobs, what happened? What happened?
Look, I don't know exactly what happened, but my brother was there. Knobs beat up Matt Damon in the bar, and the thing is, they probably didn't know who Matt Damon was. Knobs and Sags, probably didn't know who Matt Damon was. Matt Damon was just a kid back then. He was just getting started. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like he was the same guy that played Django. Oh, that was Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yes.
Well, they both look kind of alike.
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. That always cracks me up.
It's a great clip.
Stupid, man. They do look alike a little bit.
They really don't, though.
They do a little bit, though, bro. When they was younger.
Maybe.
A little bit,
Maybe so. But, have you ever seen The Departed? Have you seen The Departed?
Yeah.
Man, I watched that again the other night. They're both in that movie.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they look so different in that movie to me. But Jack Nicholson, he's one of the greatest. That guy's one of the greatest actors of all time. Just watching him mess around. But we got
but on now to echo that note, Burning Bridges. I know everybody's probably still sticking around. Burning Bridges, guys. It just ain't smart. It's just not smart to do that. In any form of life, I don't care what job you work in. It's not smart to get on social media and talk about it after you've left because, man, it might be a reason why, and it might be a route back. You just never know where life is gonna turn. But if you close doors, it's something we always say in this business: never take yourself out of the game. Never do it. You know what I mean? Never take yourself out of the game because somebody's waiting to take your spot. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've never understood why people just, I don't know, want to go out there and say something just to say it. Because and to me, it's just always, it comes off across the wrong way. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, just comes off the wrong way. I like the people who all right, cool, that happened. I'm on to the next.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? Yeah. If somebody brings up an interview, hey, had a great time there, did a lot of great work there. Move it on. You know what I mean?
Keep it moving.
We're going to go to our super chats here for this week. If you have
Super
super chat
chatters, baby.
make sure you super chat that in. Don't do it like that, baby.
Super chat.
We're going to go to Oscar Bum, who says, what's the most unique fan request you've ever had? Oh, that could get strange.
Probably a boob signature or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably, one of the craziest, yeah.
Yeah, that's always a
Kind of cringe too, you know what I mean? Because I don't like signing people's skin with a Sharpie. It's just but I did sign a guy with a Sharpie in Vegas, and he got on his arm, and I put my signature on that. And next time we came back, he had it tattooed in that same spot. Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy, Yeah.
That was crazy. Because I saw that happen in person. He was like, I'm gonna go get this tattooed tonight, and then he went and got it tattooed that night. Yeah. Signing a breast has to be a strange situation too, because you're like, how do I get a good?
Well, yeah, I just say real prop. What side you want me to hit?
This is back in the day.
I mean, it happens, bro. I do a lot of autograph signings, and I'm not gonna, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, they still got their clothes on. I mean, it's just was it the top side, left, right? You know what I mean?
One of my favorite. We're talking about Ready to Rumble in the last segment, and it's just fresh on my mind. But it was one of the lines that made me laugh. Was the I love this concept of Jimmy King's looking for a posse to have his back. And they have all the wrestler tryouts, and there's all the really terrible gimmicks, the Siamese twins, the fireman, the chewer.
Yeah,
At the end, they're like, oh, and this is Kitty. and she's like in like a regular dress or whatever, and then she rips the dress off and she's like in a string bikini or whatever. And I like Jimmy the King turns to Scott Kahn's character and goes, "What's she gonna do? Boob him to death?"
Oh, I tell you, man, that movie was so freaking funny, man.
It had its parts.
There's so much humor in it. Like I say, for me, it was the perfect wrestling movie. It really was. I loved everything about that movie. I mean, David Arquette, his part was so freaking funny. And I swear, man, he had us laughing on that set. So, I mean, like in tears, man, like a comedian, we was laughing because he was just doing stupid stuff. He was the same person he is all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, oh, man.
It seemed like people were having fun making the movie. It definitely seemed like
we had a lot of, we really did. I stole my lines. I think I just said something I wasn't even supposed to say something.
Did you get your SAG card out of that movie?
I may have. I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. You come in at the end.
Yeah.
And what's so interesting is that movie comes out, and then 3 months later, you're the world champion after the movie.
Hey, man, I take it.
3 months later. Let's see. Let's go to our next one here.
Yeah.
Richard Jr. Money in the Bank prediction. Zoe Stark is going to beat Rhea Ripley, and Kairi Sane cause Io may cost Kairi, and Becky Lynch defeats Natalya and Roxanne Perez. Yeah, I know they're in qualifying matches right now. It's going to be hard to not have Becky Lynch in the match, but maybe Roxanne pulls it out. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm betting on Roxanne Perez on everything, man. So I don't care. I don't know a whole lot about what's going on the main roster right now, other than Roxanne Perez is about to take over. She's about to take over and show the world what we do at Reality of Wrestling. And that's teach the finest in the art of showmanship. I'm talking about Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, Phantom of the Opera. She's going to go out there and take it to another level. So, guys, let's get ready to go on the ride. Let's get ready to go on the Roxanne Perez ride. And all you need to do is get a ticket. Get your ticket. And if you really want to ride, in style, get you a first class ticket. Do that for me.
That's right. Adam Kahn joined the YouTube channel. We appreciate you, Adam. Loso Dolo says, you got to handle Zilla, OG. He did you dirty. If people watch the last episode of Reality Wrestling Platinum, you know what he's talking about.
Look here, Zilla, will get dealt with. Trust me, he will get dealt with. Right now, Zilla is like the most wanted man in Houston, Texas. He can't go anywhere without looking over his shoulder. Anything could happen. Anything. I mean, he can't even sit down and have breakfast at Denny's, and have a egg omelet. Anything like that, because people watching, you know what I mean? If he try to go to the local park to feed the pigeons, he's got to look over his back everywhere he goes. So Zilla Fatu, you would not want to be in Zilla Fatu's shoes right now. I'm gonna tell you, Solo Dolo, you would not want to do it. You would not want to be in his shoes right now. So trust me, at the end of the day, Zilla Fatu will get exactly what's coming to him. And you know what? I can promise you that. You feel me?
That's why is Zilla feeding the pigeons? Like, that's the way he does? Was he Tyson?
I don't care what
I hear you.
That might be something he does. He looks like that type of guy, right?
Okay. Okay, sure. M Music says, Book, you got robbed of your LFG title belt. Team Booker T dominated. You wasn't politicking. He said it.
You know what, man? Everybody's, you know what? He said it, but it's true. I didn't politic. I wasn't going to do that. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw the expert toolage. Everybody saw the confessionals. And when I was just really, really telling, I'm talking about breaking it down in microcosm. You feel what I'm saying? Telling it like it is, not sugarcoating it, not running around the bush or anything like that. See, me, everybody know I call it right down the middle, okay? Right down the middle. So my thing is, just like Denzel said on training day, I'm winning. I'm winning anyway. I can't lose. They can shoot me, but they can't kill me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it don't matter. I might have I might not have walked away with the championship, but I still walked away with the title. That's the greatest coach of them all. I did that. Yes.
You did do that. You know what? And we'll see what happens for season. What is it? Season two.
Season two.
Two.
Season two. We're gonna break it down again.
Hey man, sometimes you just gotta let people know what time it is. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know,
And they
all
will.
good.
They
It's all
will.
good. I ain't crying. You don't see me crying.
Hall of Fame. Damn shame.
It's a
Let him in.
Let him in.
Let him in. By the way, they might let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame finally. You saw that?
Yeah, it's too damn late to be talking about that. They should have did it a long time ago.
They should have done it a long time ago. D'Angelo Brown says Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax on SmackDown was a hell of a match.
Man.
Well, you know, they have good chemistry with each other.
Everybody talking about it. Everybody talking about it. Everybody talking about Nia Jax, getting busted open. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everybody talking about Tiffany bringing the noise. Whether Tiffany can make it or not on the main roster. Is she ready or not? We're going to find out if she's ready. I gave Tiffany Stratton high praise. Coming to the main roster, I said, man, is she ready? Oh, yeah, she's ready. She's ready. She's ready to go out there and rock it and do it like nobody's never done it before. And people want to, she go out and not do it as good as people wanted to do it. You know what people want to do? They want to talk about her. They want to talk about her. They want to talk about her. Don't even know her and want to talk about her. And now she's out there doing big things. So I'm saying big ups to Tiffany Stratton.
Love it. Gotta love it. What do they want to do?
They want to talk about her. You know what I'm saying? Don't even know her, but they want to talk about her. You know what I'm saying? So she gonna drop something down on them just a little bit, drop a little something on them. That's what Tiffany Stratton gonna do.
Don't do it like that,
baby.
Alex Costantino says JBL is live right now with Conrad. Can we please get him inside the Hall of Fame soon? Booker, pick up that damn phone and send him a text.
I'm calling him next week, man. When we get up the phone, I'm gonna call JBL.
We got to get him. We got to get him in the hall.
You know what, Alex Costantino, we're gonna try to get him on next damn week. How about that?
Woo! Look, love it.
How about that?
Love it.
All right. How about that? All right. Talk about some old JBL. We went to Korea together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Went to Japan together. We tag team, in Korea together back in the day. Two young guys out there hanging and banging in the zone, man. Yeah, heck yeah, man. But let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling.
Our next one here is from D'Angelo Brown, who says, what are your guys' thoughts of The Miz hosting the return of American Gladiators, plus reaction to WWE not renewing Shotzi's contract? Miz is great at things like this, and I think he'd be great at American Gladiators.
Miz is Seacrest, 2.0.
Yeah.
He definitely can go out there and get this done with no problem. Be very, very entertaining. They're going to need a host like Miz. What was the guy that did it back in the day?
I don't remember his name. I know the last time I saw American Gladiators, Hogan was hosting with Layla Ali.
Not that one. The one way before. Mike Adamle. Mike Adamle.
Oh, of course. Mike Adamle. Yes.
I mean, come on, man. Come on. I mean, work with me. But now Mike Adamle did a really good job, and I think the Miz will fit in and play that role maybe even better than Mike Adamle. I really believe that.
What was the show? Miz hosted a show. We actually interviewed him for it. I'm trying to remember the name of the show. It was like an obstacle course show. Do you remember that? What is it called? Whammo? No, I'll think of it here in a minute.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think I do, yeah.
And he did a good job at that, and also his co-host there was
Might have
Roxy Diaz.
Might have been Whammo.
Something like that. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm trying to think of it. But anyway,
yeah.
His co-host was Roxy Diaz, who I'm also a huge fan of. People who are 106 in Park viewers like myself, she was one of our first television crushes, if you will. So shout out to Roxy Diaz. Let's move on. Oh, what do you think of Shotzi? Shotzi not getting renewed.
Oh, hey man, I like Shotzi. She was like one of the hardest workers. I got a chance to work with her on Tough Enough as well. I mean, that's where I first met Shotzi. She got cut on Tough Enough, and then she went out there on the independent scene, and she really worked her butt off, and she created that gimmick, right? And then she came, that she even created the tank and all of that stuff. And then when she got to WWE, they freaking built her like a huge tank to come out in. You know what I mean? It was just such a cool freaking look, a cool vibe. I definitely hate seeing her get cut because she worked so damn hard to get there. She really did. I mean, she didn't get the easy route in. She didn't get the contract right out of Tough Enough or anything like that. She had to go out there and grind and grind and grind and create something. And when stuff don't work out for you, of course, it's heartbreaking. But I think Shotzi's going to just keep going, man, because she's a worker bee. I really believe that.
Yeah, no, she's great. I'm a big Shotzi fan, always have been. Jack Frost says your commentary is good. I do think you could add more impact to the moves like you used to. Going,
you know, nobody told me to stop doing that, man. But I thought maybe I'd calm down off of it a little bit, you know. But I think that's the soundtrack. I mean, that
was good.
That's the voiceover, you know what I mean, for me, you know. And on Raw, that was one of my favorite go-tos. So I bring it back. It's back. Guess what? I'm putting it back in the rotation.
No, it's funny. For reality wrestling, you know, when I was doing, especially color, I would go, oh, all the time. And some of the boys, like when I'd walk in the building, they go, oh. That was like their thing.
Hey, man, you gotta do something, man.
Something funny. Callie Toenail says, starting to see more jealousy coming from Solo. He was starting to run things, but now has been surpassed by Jacob. Do you think Solo missed his window? It seems like he was next in line last year. They did push him to the moon. Main event SummerSlam. Jacob Fatu's undeniable. I don't know. What do you think, Boom?
Jacob just got that raw dog feel, man. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You could tell by the way a man walk, the way a man talk, if you really want to run up on him or not. And I'm gonna tell you, man, he definitely went to that school down here, Reality of Wrestling.
Yeah, I heard that before.
And if you want to check out Reality of Wrestling, just go to realityofwrestling.com. Do it now. No, I think his delivery, man, it seems so real, as real as it possibly could be. And I tell people, and we were just talking about, you know, the Stephanie Vickert thing, right? And how that part of wrestling is something that's, you know, I think is always going to be needed. But then you got someone like a Jacob Fatu and having that freaking barely walking that thin line where you don't know if this guy would have ripped your head off or not, feel or not. I think that's going to be always needed as well. And then Jacob Fatu is going to find himself in positions at certain times in his career where things aren't going to be as serious as, you know, he's making it right now, you know. So, nah, man, he knows how to change gears. That's what I love about Jacob right now. Even in his promos, he knows how to change gears. And that's what I'm loving about Jacob Fatu right there. And like I say, it seems like it seemed like I worked with this guy a couple of times.
I think he did. I think it happened. I think that actually happened in real life. Hefe Pilot, what's up, King Book in the boat? I appreciate y'all, and thanks for the talks and motivation, OG. You really making a huge impact in my life. I can talk to you about anything. I'm still going to lock in on those 300 push-ups. Well, yeah,
hey, bro, don't sleep on them, bro. I mean, I got to get mine in. I'm going to get mine in. Whether you get yours in, I'm going to get mine, get yours. That's the way we say it. I'm getting mine. I don't know about Brad. Brad may not drop down, you know, and give me 300 a day. But I'm going to tell you right now, if he did, it'll make him a better man. All right? So I'm just saying to all y'all out there, listen, drop down and give me 300 a day. It'll make you a better man. Trust me. I mean, your women will look at you a whole lot different. You know what I mean? They'll be running up on you, touching you, you know, saying, man, you're looking a lot better. You know what I mean? Can I get you something? You know, I'm serious, man. So make sure you drop down and give me 300 a day, man. It ain't that hard. It ain't.
Yes, it's not that hard, and I'm laughing also because I've been corrected twice in the chat. The show is not called Whammo; it was called Wipeout. But then that was the wrong show. It was actually called Cannonball. So I was way off. Whammo. I thought it was Whammo. I don't know.
Yeah, let's say something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, D'Angelo Brown just gave some love there. Kai Toenail, 520, my B-Day vacation and all the seafood I want. Who you with? Where you going, Callie?
Yeah, most
you coming to the H? We're gonna
We
crack open some crawfish.
we got some good seafood down here, dog.
Hell yeah. D'Angelo Brown says, will we ever see a WWE match between CM Punk and AJ Styles?
Sure that he could be talking about AJ Lee.
Why would we see a match between them two?
I don't know, but why would we, think we wouldn't see a match between him and AJ Styles?
There's no reason.
I think that's got to be a map that's, a match that's on the radar somewhere down the road, him and AJ Styles.
I'd like to see it.
I think that's a money match. I think that's a marquee match anywhere. So yeah, I can see that happening. Correct.
Popular Demand Show just gave us a couple of dollars. Go ahead.
Correct. No, I was just going to say, correct us if we're wrong about the AJ. Because there's a lot of AJs out there. AJ Francis, AJ Lee.
AJ Francis. It could be AJ Francis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think it's AJ Styles. I mean, people would want to see that, right?
It could be, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. Let us know. But Book, those are all the super chats I got. And we appreciate the Hall of Famers as always for kicking it with us.
Oh yeah, man. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Thank you guys for the super chats, man. Really, really appreciate you guys. I think we had a new member too, right? Boom,
we did.
salute.
We did have a new member.
I don't think we gave him a salute, so we appreciate you, man. Let everybody know about the Hall of Fame.
You don't mess with my little privates, man.
Don't do it. But nah, man. Again, man. Thank you guys for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Peace. We out. Next time we love.